Vauxhall E-Type 3098 two-seater by the Grosvenor Carriage Company Limited 1920. This car left the erecting shop at Luton on 14 July 1920, its first owner specifying two-seater and single-dicky seat coachwork by the Grosvenor Carriage Company Limited of Welbeck Works, Kilburn, North London. Although the four-seater Velox coachwork was standard fare on the 3098 chassis, the Grosvenor two-seater was single-dicky, offering snug accommodation in the front with adequate rear seat accommodation for fair weather motoring, was the next most favored configuration. It is surprising therefore that so few two-seater with single-dicky examples on the E-Type 3098 chassis survive. The vendor believes that only two original cars built to this specification in 1920 survive in the UK, the other car, chassis No. E260, being originally the property of trials driver Captain McCorquodale, who was later to marry Brooklands racing driver and romance novelist Dame Barbara Cartland. The car offered here, chassis No. E269, was supplied with lightweight aluminium coachwork. Vauxhall advised bespoke coach builders that coachwork for the 3098 should not exceed 500 weight, and remained in its original unpainted polished aluminium finish for much of its life. Although the complete history of this car is not known, it was first registered in Westmoreland, now Cumbria, and it is believed that in its early days it was owned by the Lings family of Bollington, Cheshire, who had owned an early Prince Henry. At a later date, believed to be c.1930, E269 passed into the ownership of a Mr. Jeffreys, remaining in regular use and later serving King and Country in World War II, being requisitioned for service with the Home Guard in its native North Country. In 1952 E269 was purchased from Messrs. Molyneux, West and Company Limited, the automobile engineers of Urmston, near Manchester, by Ian Ferguson Esquire, brother of the present owner. The princely sum of 115 changed hands. The 1952 invoice is on file. The car was shortly to pass to Ian Ferguson's brother, in whose enthusiastic hands it has remained ever since. At this stage the car's coachwork remained in its polished aluminium state and remained as such until c.1980, when 60 or so years of fairly constant use called for major mechanical restoration. This work was entrusted to Vauxhall 3098 specialist Arthur Archer of Dunmow, and at the same time cosmetic condition was addressed. It was decided to paint the aluminium coachwork to protect the original metal from the ravages of the Norfolk coastal climate, the car being refinished in traditional Vauxhall maroon and black livery and reupholstered in black leather. Since then the car has had only occasional outings and has scarcely traveled beyond the Norfolk County boundaries. Although well documented, the manufacturer's records for this car are listed in Portway's standard work, Vauxhall 3098, the finest of sporting cars, and the car is recorded in the Vauxhall 3098 register and is well known to exist. This car has been seen by just a few of the 3098 connoisseurs in the last 60 years.